there should be an audio here, but
Hi everyone. Today I am going to be talking about the movie Jagun Jagun. The movie was a good movie. I thought that it was a good movie. It did start off really slow, so it took me a while to watch it. It actually took me way longer than I would have liked. There were a few things that factored into it taking me about 10 days to watch, but that was because there was work that I was doing and I was just taking my time, and at first it was too slow for me, so I wasn't really interested, but I promised myself I was going to watch it. But once I did, I think that it came out well. The main characters of this movie were Femi Adebayo, who was Ogundiji, Latif Adedimeji as Botija, um, Faithia Balogun as Erin Funto, and I think it was Bukumi Oluwashino that was Kiton. And then there were a few other people who I'm not going to mention, not because they were not important, but I don't think that their character took over the story that they were trying to make. It just brought it together. It's about an intelligent warrior who wasn't strong per se, but really intelligent. He was really smart, and he went into the mightiest warrior school to, improve his craft basically. What I liked about it was that it was a Yoruba movie, cultural, beautiful. Um, the scenery was nice. I really, really enjoyed that, and I thought that that was a huge plus. The direction was mostly good. I would say that in the grand scheme of things, like they properly choreographed the fight scenes, which is always a plus for movies that are action. I thought that they properly choreographed the movie and the fight scenes, and it was better than any movie that I have watched. They were not shy to delve into animation. This one was a huge plus on their side. I mean, I talk about when I personally did not like the animation, but like I think that for them to have gone into it, that was a big one, because that we're currently lacking, in the movie industry on the animation side of things. I also thought that the point the writers and the producers were trying to make was properly communicated once you sit down and watch the movie. It's one of those movies that you actually have to sit down and be involved. Like, you can't move around, especially for me, because even though I can speak Yoruba, I still struggled a little bit. I thought the actors also did a good job delivering their lines within the constraints of what they were given. I'll talk about the fact that I thought the writers could have done better, but I thought that the actors did good with delivering their lines. And except in some instances where I don't know if it was the actor's fault or if it was the writer's fault. Here are things I did not like. I thought that the storytelling could have been better, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I thought that the writers had a great story. I thought that the directors properly, directed the movie, camera angles for photography and all that properly. But the storytelling was lacking, and I don't know where it came from. There were times when it was really flat, and there were times when you have to like just say, I need to be engaged in this story. There's something that is coming out of it. It was a little bit boring. The music was not engaging so much. I'm not a music person, but I found that the music could have been better to kind of send things home. Another thing is about that point was that I struggled on who the main character was. I still struggle on that. I can't tell you who the main character was. I don't know if it was Botija or the young warrior, or if it was Ogundiji the warlord. I feel like there was a power struggle in who the main character was. And it may just be because the main producer and owner of the movie is actually Femi Adebayo. So he actually wanted to tell a story of the young warrior, but because he was the older warlord, he kind of couldn't balance the two. That's my own take. I really struggled. I don't know who the main character is. The animation was great, like I said, but there were times you could pick out this animation as fake and not properly done. For example, at the beginning, you would see where they cut one of the guy's hands. You would see the hand that was on the side was clearly fake and not properly animated. This other one, I feel like they could have done without this story completely, because I don't think that the actors did it, and this is what I was talking about. I don't know whose fault it is. I personally didn't think that the actors did a great job. I didn't think that the writers did a great job. I didn't think the directing was good. when it came to the love interest of Botija, who was Kiton. Especially when she died, I didn't even feel anything for Botija. I was just like, oh my god, they killed her character, but like, oh, and she was this person, or she was this like who she was, like when they revealed it. But I didn't see any love between them. There was no chemistry. I also thought that they could have done better with deepening the story. I think I've talked about this. The story could have been deepened with right music, with maybe tightening up when they were supposed to say what, versus just having a good story. In my opinion, to wrap it up, I think that this is better than any action type movie Nollywood has ever produced or has ever made. I say that with my full chest, actually. And for it to come from Yoruba Nollywood, I am a proud person. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a solid 7 over 10. I think that they did good, they did amazing, and there were a lot of stories to learn. See you next time. Bye.